Good morning, I am Justin, and welcome back to Breaking News. In local news, the Highway 7 bypass overpass was bypassed at the Transportation Board meeting last night. But first, this. We continue our series on investigating prophets of the Bible. Today, we learned that Isaiah was a prophet who shared God's good news. God told Isaiah that God was and will always be faithful. Being faithful means being a good friend. God is faithful, and God is always good. God told Isaiah that God is happy when people are also faithful, when people are also good. God helps us to be faithful. For more on this, we go now to our investigative reporter out in the field for a special segment.
Breaking news! Carl, myself, has received a piece of mail from himself, and he'll be reading it this evening. Stay tuned.
Welcome to Grow TV! Hosted by Carl, where we have fun with our friends, talk about Jesus, and go over everything the Bible has to offer. Now once again, welcome to Grow TV!
Y'all, I am so excited. Let me tell you why. So 1 year ago, I wrote a very special letter to a very special someone in my life. Someone who I love, who I look up to tremendously. Someone who will always have a very special place in my heart. This person's name? Carl. Me. It's me. I was talking about me. So you're probably wondering, Carl, why'd you write yourself a letter? What I did was wrote down some goals and dreams I hope to get done within 1 year. Then I promised myself I would work really hard to reach all my goals and to accomplish all my dreams.
Hey, Carl.
Cassie, how are you?
I'm good. You know what today is, right?
Is it Iron Man's birthday?
No, you know that's in April. No, today is 1 year since we wrote letters to ourselves.
I know, right? I'm so excited. Want to read yours first?
Sure. I hope I kept a promise to myself and finished all the things that I hope to do.
Me too.
Alrighty. Let's see here. My number 1 goal was to finish schooling. Done. Number 2 was to get my dream job. Done. Number 3 was to go skydiving. That was a crazy day. Number 4, finish my first marathon. Did that. And finally, number 5, learn how to speak Icelandic.
You didn't do that, did you?
Yup.
Wow, you accomplished everything.
Yeah, I guess I did. That's awesome.
That is awesome. I bet I did the same thing.
No other way to find out. Let's see.
All right, let's take a look. Goal number 1 of the thing I wanted to accomplish this past year is learn how to juggle.
Did you learn how to juggle?
Sure did.
Let's see it then.
Well, I don't have 3 random things that I could juggle, so. All right, here we go. Juggling time. Yep. Okay.
It's okay. I'm sure you accomplished the rest. What are they?
You're right. Missing one isn't bad. Number 2, get a haircut. Oh.
I like your long hair.
Number 3, get rid of your glasses and start wearing contacts. Man.
Contacts can be more expensive over time, so if you think about it, you're saving money.
Number 4, become a millionaire.
Sorry, Carl.
What do you mean, sorry? How do you know I'm not a millionaire?
I mean, I had to give you 75 cents last week so you could buy some chicken nuggets.
Oh, what's the use? I failed myself. I didn't accomplish my dreams. I broke my promise to myself. Man.
Carl, it's gonna be okay.
How? I broke my promise. I wasn't faithful to the goals I set for myself.
Well, it's funny you use that word,
Which word?
the word faithful, because that's something I've wanted to talk to you about today.
What about it?
Well, I was reading in Isaiah chapter 64 today, and I came across some verses that really made me think.
Really? What was it about?
Well, Isaiah wrote about how great God is and how powerful God can be.
That all sounds good.
But then he also wrote about how much we've all messed up and been distracted from what we're supposed to do, and that's worship God.
I mean, I get that, but what's that got to do with me?
Well, you mentioned that you weren't faithful to the goals you set, and you disappointed yourself, right?
I sure did.
Well, unfortunately, that's gonna happen. We will mess up and fail, but that's not where it's gonna end.
Well, what do we do then?
We try. We try to do a better job of being faithful, not only to ourselves, but to God. And when we fail, we try harder. The important part is to keep on trying.
That sounds good, but it also sounds tiring though.
It might be sometimes, but we choose to be faithful to God because God was faithful to us first. And God wants us to be people of our word too.
Like not lying stuff?
That and staying faithful to God. God never stops loving us, so we need to keep on following and loving God. Sometimes things happen that we can't explain, things that aren't so great, but we can't turn on God like people in the Bible did sometimes. We have to trust that no matter what happens, God is always
faithful!
That's right. Listen, maybe you didn't keep all your promises that you made to yourself 1 year ago, but if they're that important to you, you can keep at it until you meet those goals. That's what being faithful is all about. And if there's one thing I've learned, it's that you and I can be faithful like God is faithful.
Well, I don't know much, but I do know that that is the truth. And that's also our big idea. Today's big idea is I can be faithful like God is faithful.
So let's say it out loud on the count of 3. 1,
2, 3. I can be faithful like God is faithful. Yes, yes, yes. I can. She can. You can. Be faithful. Just do it. Nike.
So Carl, are you ready to make a list of new goals?
I sure am. Number 1, learn how to juggle some chainsaws.
I don't think that's such a good idea.
You're right. Learn how to juggle chainsaws on fire.
Oh no. I guess we'll see you next week, kids.
It's dangerous, but it's captivating. Yeah.
Thank you for watching, and tune in next week for a new episode of Grow TV.
All right, thank you to our reporter in the field for that great segment. Breaking news that you heard here first, I can be faithful like God is faithful. That's right, I can be faithful like God is faithful. To help us remember that, we will work now on our memory verse for the month. It comes to us from 1 Corinthians 16:13.
1 Corinthians 16:13. Be on your guard. Stand firm in the faith. Be courageous. Be strong.
All right, friends. I hope that you have enjoyed our hard-hitting series on investigating prophets of the Bible. Remember, prophets are people who share God's good news. When we return next week, we will begin a new series called Wait For It. It is all about Advent, the build-up to Christmas. Until then, I hope that you eat your vegetables, keep your rooms clean, and keep pointing to Jesus. Bye, friends.